You know what, I am very proud of our guys tonight because there were times in this game in the third quarter, especially when we got down double digits, that they could have just mailed it in, but they didn't. And I think that we're starting to see that they're starting to trust each other, big time, and believe in each other. And again, this is how we got to play basketball. Just we play just really, really hard all night long, and that's something to be very proud of.
Byron, how important was this win for your team, but also for the fans, the climate in the city?
I don't know. I just know it was a great win for us against a very, very good Boston Celtics team, very well coached team. For us to win the game at home like this and start the season off this way, hopefully we don't have a letdown on the road Friday. But again, we're going to enjoy this victory because it was big time for us.
Byron, what about Gibb led you to believe to stick with him even though he was struggling with his shot so much?
He's been great all preseason, all training camp.
Yeah.
I knew it was just a matter of time. I knew he wasn't going to lose confidence in himself, so I knew as soon as he had an opportunity in the second half for a wide open shot or something, where we get him a shot, I knew he would knock him down on a consistent basis. And I thought the first half, not only Gibbs, but pretty much everybody was a little nervous, but also excited and anxious. And we made some mistakes that we hadn't been making. But you got to give them a lot of credit too. They're one of the best defensive teams in this league. So, again, guys came back the second half and did a heck of a job, Ruby especially.
You've been very confident in your bench.
Mm-hmm.
They brought you back. You could put your starters in to kind of cinch it up at the end. Talk about the bench.
Well, our bench was fantastic in the second half. I thought they didn't play real well in the first half, but it wasn't because of lack of effort. It was just missing shots, not reading some of the opportunities that we had on the offensive end. But in the second half, like I said, I thought they just calmed down, made some big plays. Booby, Antoine made some shots. So we got a lot of productivity out of our bench in the second half, which was big for us.
Byron, can you talk about that play where the ball went out of bounds with 1 second on the 24 and AP was able to make the three there?
It's funny because we just put that play in about 3 or 4 days ago, and but the last 3 or 4 days we've worked on it every single day, just for short clock situations, and they did a great job of executing it, and AP did a fantastic job of knocking it down.
Didn't it feel like a long 1 second though?
Wow, we're at home. It's supposed to be a long one.
You talk about JJ's performance tonight.
He was great. He did some really good things on the offensive end, did some really good things on the defensive end. He had some lapses on the defensive end as well. Those are the things that we talk about trying to avoid. But, man, his activity tonight and his aggressiveness was fantastic. He got us off to a great start. He really did. And I thought in the second half, he didn't have a letdown. He came out and played pretty well. So, hopefully it's a sign of things to come. Like I said, the young man has so much talent. It's just a matter of just doing it every single night and staying focused. And I thought tonight he was very focused.
What's about talking about the win tonight?
Oh man, me and Jamari was just in the back talking about it. I feel like Game 7 in the finals. I never been to the finals, but it was that type of atmosphere here. The fans was behind us. It just goes to show all that hard work we did. It's finally paying off. Play the game tonight, that counts. Great Boston team. It was a great win for us.
Did you sense, and will you sense, do you think against most teams, that all this hard work and the work you guys have done, when you get to fourth quarters, you feel it tonight?
You know what, guys were saying, a lot of guys weren't tired, and I was one of those guys, What we did in training camp, if you guys are there to see it, you'll see why, in the fourth quarter we still was pushing. But it just goes out, to show the hard work that we did, it paid off. It was a great win.
Ramon, did you get a sense that because of what happened this summer, that this win meant more to these fans than just your average opening night win?
Oh no, definitely. The fans was into it. They knew what went on this summer. It's a new team. And that's the way to start the season. It's not enough to be said about that win. It's a great team like Boston.
You guys were down 11 twice in the third quarter. You guys could easily maybe have folded down right there, but you guys fought back. What was the key there?
I think we called a couple timeouts in that stretch. They came out the third quarter with a good run, which we expected because they're a great team. But we got it together, we stayed together, and that was able for us to get the level
up, even though you started out having a tough time shooting the basketball.
Oh man, Pops always told me have a short memory if you want to be a great shooter. So that's what I did, and my teammates kept me in the game, and that's another thing Coach Scott does. He never takes you off your shot. He never wavers. He just told me to keep shooting, keep playing the way I was playing. I think at the time I still had like 4 or 5 assists before I made a shot. So I was still playing the game the right way.
Talk a little bit about how the bench played. They were very key in the second half.
Yeah, I think we came in and provided a spark, which you need from your bench. At any time, the offense might get stagnant. We came in and gave a different flow to the game, and that's what the bench is all about: just being prepared and being ready to, when your number's called, to change the game if needed.
Can you talk about that atmosphere when you made the 2 technical free throws and the crowd was going nuts? You took the lead. Can you just talk about?
Oh man, it was bananas in there. It was amazing to see the fans, everybody standing up, everybody in tune to the game. It was a lot of fun out there. We were anticipating tonight, but I don't even think we knew what we were in store for with the way the fans were going to receive us.
But what does that mean to get that one to kind of show everybody that life is going to be okay here?
We could put a lot on it, but as a team, I think our focus was just to win games. It was just our first game of the season, and we want to win. We want to win every game. So I think that's our approach, taking one game, one step at a time. And tonight was the first step to continuing to do what we want to do this season, and that's win games.
Were you happy with the pace and the way the offense was going for the most part of this game?
Definitely. There were some times where I think we slowed the ball down and kind of got into their tempo. But again, we just want to continue to try to assert our will and what we want to do, and that's run for 48 minutes. At all times, anytime, makes. We trying to run, push the ball up the floor, and get a lot of attempts up.
Is this showing up what JJ's capable of away from the LeBron security blanket, if you will?
Oh yeah, JJ stepped up big time for us. He really set the tempo for us at the beginning of that game, and he let those guys know that we were here and we were for real. And we're gonna need that from him night in and night out. He's a key guy on this team, and it was great to see him out there playing the way he did.